Hello everybody, today we're going to Sunwatch, a Fort Ancient site here in Dayton, Ohio that I believe was found by amateur archaeologists, and they tried to say that when they built this huge, you can't tell what that is over there, there's a big water treatment plant, and we're close to the Dayton dump basically. So this is yeah, Fort Ancient site. Let's check it out. Just wanted to show you, this is our Great Miami River. 5 rivers meet up in Dayton and form the Great Miami, which actually does travel north of Dayton and is still called the Great Miami. There's a Little Miami. You can see the river. Behind these trees is where we're going. Here you can see the museum, which is the front of the entrance basically. I'll pull over here and park. Kind of muddy today. We've got a lot of rain, snow coming back after 70-degree weather. It's always frustrating. Okay, let's go inside. Snow.
Here along the banks of the Great
We're watching a movie.
The remains of the village,
$5 admission,
are located just south of this visitor center. For archaeologists, Sunwatch is like a great history book containing a wealth of information on the lifeways of the Fort Ancient people.
This is neat. It's kind of a oh, I'm inside the museum right now, by the way. You can see half of it. This is their diet and percentages going up to deer. I think that's pretty neat. From what they've excavated at trash pits. Here's a representation of trash pits up against the wall. Okay, here you can see some trash pits. This is what it would look like now. This is what it would look like as a trash pit when it was new and before everything decomposed. See lots of nuts and bone pieces and stuff. And originally they say the trash pits were for holding grain, corn stores, food supplies. We have some fairly harsh winters here in Ohio, and I presume 800 years ago they did as well, so you needed to stock up. Sure most of you know what these are. This is something I've never seen before, and they call it a gaming call. I find that pretty interesting. Some of the random debris and things that they would find here. Here you can see some triangle points. Something real neat. Let me get it zoomed in there. A dovetail that they've reworked into a drill. Here's a neat exhibit showing some of the tools they made out of the bones of the animal. You walk up closer, give me a second to focus. See some of the awls and needles and interesting. You probably can't read it, but that says charred corn cob. It's got a little bit of bone mixed into it. Well, here's a turtle shell bowl that's been busted up. These are apparently just excavated out of the ground. They brought them in here from outside. I've actually found some of these hoes at our farm. The bone tools. Forgive me for the noises. There's a piece of cloth, or textile, or whatever you'd want to call it. We got some pottery. It's really decorative for ancient pottery. mock-up of digging. The tools the archaeologists used. Book seal on this glass frame, you can see. Here you can see an effigy pipe. Again, Port Ancient period. There's an interesting one. It has sort of a face on the right side, and they say a wolf's head on the left. That one's slate. A couple smaller pendants. Maybe you would consider 7 a candle cold claw or something, but that they call this the bird effigy. Get her to zoom. You can see some cones and drilled bones and teeth. Various teeth. This is neat. The remains of a timber rattler, which aren't around here anymore. I imagine they might show up every once in a while, but wouldn't be a common snake. And this, they say, is 2 dogs that have been ritually buried, which I always thought this was one of the neatest exhibits they have here. Again, we're indoors, and these things have been moved inside to display. But a little bit of pottery. That'd been a neat bowl. Discoidals. Get a closer view of the pipes. Broken one. Pretty basic. That first one's got a couple of tallies on the base of it. And let me read here. They say that's a bird bone. It's just been drilled. I thought maybe it'd be a flute or something. Just a drilled bone. Fort Ancient Indians were nice people and liked to be hugged. This is a skeleton of what they call a long-faced Indian dog. So these were the pugs of the day, I suppose. Some points here that they found that were from earlier occupations. Nice banner stone wing. It's been drilled, probably to salvage it. Dovetail. Look at them fish hooks. I love these bone fish hooks. I dream of finding one of those. Okay, here in the center of the museum you can see a display, a modern display, a diorama, that's the name I'm looking for, of what they think Sunwatch looked like at the time of the ancients. Down here would be the riverbank, I'm supposing, because there's canoes. Just a stockaded village. That almost became a water treatment plant. I've heard this referred to as the incinerator site in older literature because the dump that encroaches here. See those posts in the middle? That would, in theory, be like a sundial and point to the harvest house. Tell them when to harvest the crops or when to plant and things of that nature. It's basically a big calendar. Okay, we're leaving the gift shop in the museum, and it's cold out. I'm glad to see they have a pop machine now. Off in the distance here you can see the reconstructed village, or at least the buildings they have reconstructed. A lot of it they just know where they were from the post holes that they excavated, and when you see that diorama in there, this out here is not as complete as the diorama.